Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Nania and I am back with another video. I feel like it's been forever since I recorded. I really don't even have an excuse as to why I haven't recorded. I've just been so busy. All of August I've been working like back to back with only like one day off. And then last weekend I went out of town. So I won't say I haven't had time to vlog, but I just didn't make time to record and I'm really sorry. But today I am here with another video. This is going to be another informative video for any of you all out there that are considering becoming a flight attendant. So as you have already should have checked out my last video, I kind of explained things I think people should consider before becoming a flight attendant. So now today, this is for people that have seen that video. They're like, I'm down for all that. I still want to be a flight attendant. What do I do next? So if you are someone like that, just keep watching. Alright guys, so I don't want to make this video too long, but basically I will be going through the application process for anyone that is interested in becoming a flight attendant, as well as just some quick like video interview tips I think will help anyone that is interested in becoming a flight attendant. Okay, so as I briefly explained in my last video, there are like 3 different types of flight attendants you can be. So I highly suggest doing your research and kind of determining what kind of flying you want to do. There is regional flying, there's mainline flying, and then you have like your charter / private flying. To briefly explain what those are, a private flight attendant will basically do like, you won't do like the general public, you'll do like maybe NBA teams or NFL teams or CEOs or people of like that nature. If you're like a private flight attendant, you also have your regional flight attendants. Well, I'll go back. You have your mainline flight attendants who fly the main commercial airlines that everyone's heard of, such as like Delta, American, and United. And then you have regional flight attendants who are basically with like smaller companies that are contracted through the mainline companies. So for example, you'll have like Republic, Envoy, SkyWest, Mesa, and so forth. And then you also have other airlines that are kind of just their own entity. They don't have any regional flying, but you have like your Southwest, your JetBlue, your Spirits, and so forth. So when you're getting ready to apply, just definitely do your research and figure out what kind of flying you want to do and what company you can see yourself working for. I stressed that in my last video and I will stress this now. So once you know, sorry, I have my notebook again, so if you hear me flipping through pages, that's what's going on down here. But yeah, that is my first point, is just to find the airline that best fits you. Okay, so once you decide you're ready to apply, you will go and see if that airline is hiring. Aside from going to that specific company's website, there's also a website that I recommend by the name of flightattendantcareer.com. I will link that down below, but that will literally tell you every single airline in the industry from A to Z, and it'll show you which ones are currently hiring. So it's very accurate and it's easy to just kind of see everything in one space. When applying to your job, to your airline, I mean, read the job description, read the requirements that they are asking for. This will, you know, help further determine if this is for you and if you will make a good fit with this company. In the job descriptions, they will literally tell you what they're looking for. They will tell you the base options, They will tell you the pay more than likely. They will tell you how long training is. Everything you want to know, it will literally be in the job description. I suggest knowing that because you can also incorporate things, you know, like words that they're asking for in the job description. You can incorporate them into your resume. So yeah, the applications are pretty straightforward. You know, you'll fill out your basic information and such that obviously you can only do so much with, but the most important thing that comes with your application is obviously your resume. A lot of these companies get hundreds and thousands of applications. They only know you by your resume. So have your resume ready. If you know you are applying to become a flight attendant, have your resume ready. Just some tips that I suggest when I say to have your resume ready. Just proofread it. Make sure your spelling and your grammar are correct. Make sure your information is correct. You have your most updated email and number on there. Don't have any incorrect information on there. Don't make it any harder for them to get in touch with you. You know, just literally grammar, spelling, punctuation, all of that. Go through it and proofread your resume. Also, keep it simple. You don't have to do, you know, any like super extra stuff. Just make sure it's clean and easy to read, because that's why they want to look at it. They want to know what's in the resume. It doesn't need to have all the extras in it. Just make sure it's easy to read and it's clean and it's simple. Also, again, like I said, read the job description and take some of those keywords out of the job description and incorporate them in your resume. Like a big word is flexible, safety, security, comfort, friendly. I don't know. In the job description for whatever company you're applying for, they will have words. If not, they will use the same word over and over. Patient is a good one. Incorporate those in your resume. Again, these job descriptions will literally tell you what they are looking for, and so you can kind of format your resume around that. And you can have like a body resume, and then if you're applying to like different companies, you know, you can just tweak them a little bit, because again, every company is different, and what one company is looking for, the other one may not be looking for. So you can go in and change those words depending on who you're applying for. So that's why it's really important to read those job descriptions and make sure your resume reflects that company's needs and desires. And also relate your past experiences with, again, with flight attendant duties. So if you've babysat before, you can relate some of the things you did for those children with looking after the safety of passengers. So kind of just relate any of your past experiences with flight attendant duties. So that is a suggestion to you guys. So just have your resume ready. Your resume is the most important part of the application. Again, this is your first foot in the door. They haven't seen your face, they don't know anything about you, and this is what will set you apart from other applicants and will get you to that next step, which is obviously the video interview. So once you've applied, some companies will also send you an assessment. All companies don't require them. Some will send you that. My best advice to an application that does have an assessment is just to answer the questions truthfully, be yourself, and be consistent with your answers. I'm only familiar with one assessment from one company, but I know when they did ask questions, they were basically like behavioral questions, like how do you work in a team, or do you consider yourself a leader, questions of that nature. And my best advice is just be consistent. If you answer one question this way, they will probably ask that same question but just word it differently. But be consistent with your answer, and that is usually how you will pass those assessments. So You got your resume all good to go. You've applied. You've completed the assessment. And then you wait. Like I said, the flight attendant hiring process can take weeks, if not months, depending on how big the airline. Regionals typically go a little faster than mainline. So that is also something else to keep in mind. But again, while you're waiting, like I mentioned in my last video, you can be saving. But yeah, don't be alarmed if you don't hear anything right off the bat. Sorry, I have a pimple that I cannot stop staring at. But yeah, and if they are further interested in you, they will send you an email to have you complete a video interview. And this is the next step of the application process. So video interviews are super awesome. I think they're great. I like them personally. With more practice, you'll get a little more comfortable with them. But I think they're super neat because you do the online video at home. So, you know, you're a little more comfortable and you have time to prepare for this interview. So, when they email you asking you to complete an interview, they'll give you an allotted time. Usually it's about 5 days. So they'll say from this day, you have 5 days to complete this interview. Even previous to that, I'm sure you've already been preparing for your interview, but if not, at least you have 5 days to prepare for this interview, which I feel like is plenty of time. Video interviews are only typically 5 to 6 questions anyway, so it's nothing you cannot handle. It's the video interview. This is their first time they get to see you. They get to put a face with your name, and this is, you know, just you're one step closer to getting that CJO, that conditional job offer. So, some advice when doing a video interview. Obviously, your appearance is very important. They're only going to see you like in a setting like this, so they'll only see you chest up. I suggest button downs and blazers. That goes for men and women, business professional, definitely. For ladies, I suggest pulling your hair back, definitely out of your face, maybe in a low bun. I won't say anything is wrong because I don't know, but I suggest just maybe a low bun. If you have short hair, again, it's fine if it's short, but just have it out of your face. You don't need to do extravagant makeup. You can just do light, natural makeup and a bold lip. Obviously, you can never go wrong with the typical red flight attendant lip. That's what I personally suggest. For men, obviously clean, shaven, if that's a word. If you have a beard, I don't think you need to cut it off, but you know, just make sure it's clean and cut and you look nice. You know, this is an interview, so that is my advice, just for appearance. Obviously, be confident, have fun, and be yourself. Sorry, I thought somebody was knocking on my door. But yeah, obviously, be confident, speak loud and clear, smile, be friendly, energetic, you know, but be yourself as well. And yeah, that's a few tips for your video interview. A great website to check out for video interview questions is glassdoor.com. That has seemed to be very helpful for a lot of people when it comes to their video interviews. So they also just have company reviews in general. So when you're doing your research and you're trying to figure out if you want to apply to a company, I suggest looking up Glassdoor in general. They have company reviews as well as interview questions on their website. So yeah, definitely prepare for your video interview. Don't like psych yourself out and like try to get it perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. But definitely prepare and practice. Practice in front of the mirror or get your phone out and practice. I know when they send you the video interview link, they will allot you some practice time as well. Definitely utilize that and have fun with it. I know depending on the company, there's some companies that will like, so basically how the video interview is set up, they will give you a question, they'll show you a question for 30 seconds, and they'll give you 30 seconds to read the question and kind of gather your thoughts. So I suggest having your notebook handy, having some flashcards handy, whatever works for you. And like I said, if you prepared, 30 seconds is more than enough time. So you'll read the question, go through your note cards, kind of gather your thoughts. Now you know what you're gonna say. Once the 30 seconds is up, you're looking at the camera, your shoulders are back, you have good posture, you're smiling, and you're ready to answer the question. And then they usually give you like 2 or 3 minutes to answer the question, which is plenty of time. Depending on the company, they will automatically send you to the next question once you're done answering. Or I know some companies will let you replay your answer and re-record it over and over again. Another thing with appearance, just be mindful of your background. Like if I was going to record a video interview in this room, I'd probably move my laptop. I'd probably set it up completely different. You kind of just want a neutral background. You don't want a lot of noise in the back. You don't want anything to stray them away from your face and what you're saying. And then you also want it quiet where you are. You don't want your phone buzzing or going off, or your laptop buzzing or going off, or people in the background walking in and out. I also suggest natural light versus, well, I mean, I wouldn't say anything else is bad, but I personally think natural light is the best to use when doing your video interview, but do whatever you can. So, yeah. I am literally talking off the top of my head. I actually wasn't even really prepared to record today, but I was like, I need to get a video up. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So if you guys have any other questions, I hope I didn't forget anything, but if you guys have any other questions about hiring or the application process or video interviews, definitely leave them down below and I will answer them. And yes, sorry it took me so long to record another video. I am working on getting more consistent with my YouTube. But in the meantime, again, as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.